Hello, I'm Ivan Navi, and I'm the captain of the SS Enterprise. And this is Ship Happens, a show where I talk about the relationship between fictional characters, because this is the internet, and what else am I supposed to do with it? Today we're doing another ship from Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and there's a reason for that, mostly because my editor rigged some voting. But more on that later. For now, let's just get to the title card.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over.
Okay, first things first. I know ships on the internet can become a sort of heated topic, so I ask you guys to keep a level head, respect everybody's ships, and overall just be cool. For the purpose of this discussion, I will try to keep my own personal thoughts and opinions out of this and focus solely on canon material and what the series presents. And, not my own preferences for who I ship. Now what brings us here today, I'm going to talk about Marcapoo. That's the relationship between Marco Diaz and Hekapoo. Why? Because in the last video, I said I would take suggestions, my editor got a lot of people on Tumblr to vote for this one. Even despite the fact that he knew I was hoping to do something else. He tries me. Personally, I think he wanted me to do Marcapoo because I promised him I'd plug his fan fiction in this video when we got to it. So, promise is a promise, so here we go. Link will be provided in the description. In this story from our editor, ADdude, Marco returns from Hekapoo's dimension and is finding it a little hard to readjust to life back on Earth. Things get a little more complicated when Hekapoo shows up with their daughter. So needless to say, there's going to be a lot more to get used to. Okay, plugged. Let's get on with the show. Characters. Hekapoo is the fiery forger of the dimensional scissors, the tool that allows people to traverse the multitude of dimensions in the series. She is also a member of the Magical High Commission, the group in charge of keeping magic in check and overall protecting the multiverse from threats. She seems to be in charge of the scissors, protecting the dimensional barriers and the portals that lead through the various dimensions, and making sure nobody abuses those scissors or those portals. This seems to be a duty she takes very seriously. She is known to be a tad crazy, so it's probably not a good idea to tick her off. Personality-wise, she has traits of being a mature young woman, and she has signs of having a teenage trickster-like persona. Being an immortal, it's kind of hard to pin her down. Marco Diaz, road warrior with abs of steel. Oh, wait, is this the same kid from last week? Yes, you see, Marco ended up going on a trial to earn a pair of dimensional scissors, and spent 16 years earning them. During that time, he became a seasoned warrior. He's still Marco, so he's still a bit of a dork, and it shows up like how he adores his pet dragon Cycle. And yeah, during those 16 years, he kinda earned those abs. As Star puts it,
Bears a road in a hot air balloon.
Yeah, dude has impressive abs. Like, damn son. History. That's complicated and not. Well, let's start on how they met. Marco overdid it with a pair of dimensional scissors, and that got Hekapoo's attention. She pulled him into her own dimension and showed him that those scissors were in fact a pair stolen from her. Marco refused to leave without a pair of scissors because he had promised to return the pair he borrowed from Star. The only way he could replace them was by earning them, a feat Hekapoo was very certain he would not be able to accomplish. The trial was, all Marco had to do was blow out the flame above Hekapoo. But this task is easier said than done, as Hekapoo created an army of clones of herself, using her magic. And without being able to find the real Hekapoo, he needed to blow out each and every clone out until he found her. Hekapoo did give him a way out, saying that this is your chance, leave now. But Marco refused and moved headlong towards that task, and spent the next 16 years blowing out each and every clone until he reached the real Hekapoo. So 16 years later, we find Marco having gone all Mad Marco, if you will. And he meets up with the real Marcapoo. Things have changed in 16 years. There's no aggression between them. There's no hostility. In fact, they're rather casual around each other. Marco talks a little bit and then just walks up to her and blows out the flame. She puts no struggle and says, I underestimated you. You've truly earned these scissors. Between them, a mutual sense of trust and respect has formed. Star then shows up and reveals that only a few minutes have passed on Earth. Marco hesitates, having come to a realization he actually enjoys the life he's had for 16 years, about adventures, defeating obstacles and trials along the way. He's actually enjoyed it. Marcapoo informs him the scissors are his, and he has an open invite to come visit whenever he wants. Clearly, over time, they have become more than just rivals. They become friends, and maybe more. Relationship. I do not know what to call them. Certainly they were rivals at the start, but then they have become something close. Marco left his dragon cycle to Marcapoo's care. Think about it. Marco left his precious dragon cycle to Marcapoo to take care of, trusting that she would do a good job. There's obviously a bond of trust between them. Otherwise, I can't really say much about the relationship, as they haven't interacted much on screen apart that episode. But it does come off as a positive relationship. Why? Why do people ship them? I want to say it's the mystique. 16 years passed between them and we don't know what happened. And it's clear that a lot of things change between them. A lot of things can happen in 16 years and it kind of gets the imagination going. I think people want to know what happened that changed that relationship. And some people imagine something romantic happened along the way. They do have a bit of a Catwoman-Batman thing going. A certain chemistry, a certain dynamic, a certain back and forth. Kind of makes it seem like they might be flirting with each other. Plus, at the end of Running with Scissors, it looks like they're giving each other the bedroom eyes. I'm certain that got a lot of people's imaginations running. And a lot of stuff can happen in 16 years, people. Final thoughts. Honestly, this is a fun ship. There are a lot of possibilities. I can understand why people like it. They do seem to have a compelling chemistry. One of my biggest worries is that Marcapoo is immortal. Something that always seems to come up with relationship between mortals and immortals is time. One of the characters is gonna outlive the other by a wide margin, and this could affect their dynamic and the possibility of having a somewhat normal life. Such a thing could be a massive strain on a relationship and could cause heartbreak and the realization that maybe they need to split up before that occurs. I really can't say much more about this relationship. We've only had one episode, Running with Scissors, where they truly interacted with one another. And so until I see them together more, I can't really say anything definite. Frankly, my rating system is getting a little odd with this one. Since 16 years passed and we don't know exactly what happened, they may in fact have gone together in those 16 years and broken up. Or they just spent 16 years flirting. Or 16 years just becoming really close friends. I really don't know what to say here. I really need to know more about both of them and the things they did together to get a proper assessment. I may have to do a follow-up video for this one if we do get another episode with them. So with immortality, rapid aging, de-aging, alternate timeline shtick, I'm gonna rate this the ship timey-wimey stuff. Okay, and that's it. I hope you guys liked the video. If you liked, please leave a comment or hit that like button. Also, feel free to comment about suggestions for other ships you want me to discuss. And subscribe. We will be doing more Star vs. the Forces of Darkness, but depending on some suggestions, I might do another series for one turn. Gotta keep things fresh. You can follow me on Twitter at StorytellerNavi, and all my other links and social media presence things are provided in the description below. So until next time, thank you for watching.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby.